celebrating the feast of St. Bridget of Sweden, patroness of Europe. And Bridget had a very interesting life, which we can split into three distinct stages. First, she was a minor aristocrat, married to a noble. She had 8 children, so she had this experience of being a mother to many children and being associated with the aristocracy of the time in Sweden. Later, though, after the death of her husband, she felt called to have a deeper relationship with Christ, and she was responsible for setting up a religious order named after her. And it was quite an unusual religious order for its time, because it had both men and women in it, living within one monastery, albeit in separate wings of that monastery. So you can imagine it, there would be the church, the monastery church, and on either side of the church there'd be distinct cloisters, one for men, one for women, each practicing the form of religious life Bridget introduced, but then coming together for Mass and the office. So it was quite revolutionary in its own way, and became immensely popular throughout Europe, and especially here in England, where they were hugely influential up to the time of the Reformation. And then, having established a religious order, later on, Bridget then felt the need to move on again and established herself in Rome, where she worked for the poor and the sick, dedicating the rest of her life towards that. So we've got these 3 distinct movements in her life, 3 distinct flowerings, we might say, and that tunes in very neatly with the gospel today. The fruit we bear from being on the vine, that's an analogy for our relationship with Christ. With Christ united to him, we can bear much fruit. Bridget did so in 3 distinct ways in her life, but so can we. And I think that's perhaps why she was chosen to become a patroness of Europe, and as an example for us of the various ways in which one can respond to Christ's call and bear fruit, and those ways may even differ in one's life. One doesn't necessarily have to have one set form of response to Christ in order to be a disciple of Christ. That response can change. Christ uses us as he sees fit. So today then, as we reflect on St. Bridget, her great life and the work she did, we try to imitate her example in some small way, that we too can bear fruit, that we too can witness to Christ and bring that message to other people. That's what St. Bridget did. That's what we're all called to do. We pray then that we do just that.